Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते. पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं. पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं. सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. So we are in Ayodhya Kanda. We saw that Sumantra returns with a very sad news for Dashrath Maharaj that Sri Ramachandra is not coming back. And listening to this, Dashrath Maharaj remembers an incident that happened in his life of him killing Shravana by mistake, but the curse of his parents that you will also die by Putra Viyoga. Dashrath Maharaj narrates this incident to Kausalya ji and gives up his body. Immediately, the situation in the kingdom is tough. Why? Because king has died. The 2 sons out of 4, 2 have gone to the forest and remaining 2 are not in the capital. So Vasishta Rishi immediately sends messengers to Kaikeya Desha to bring Bharata and Shatrugna back and instructs them not to tell Bharat ji and Shatrugna ji what has happened. Otherwise they will be distraught on the way itself. And messengers go very fast. They tell them that Vasishta ji has called you, and they get both Bharata and Shatrugna back. Thinking that father will be with Bharat ji's mother, they enter into Kaikeyi's chamber. Kaikeyi is waiting there with all the arti, etc. As though nothing has happened. She has just lost her husband. But as though nothing has happened, she is very happy that her son is back. But looking at every other person and everybody else, Bharat ji thinks that something is wrong. So he asks questions again and again to Kaikeyi, what has happened? Then Kaikeyi narrates the entire story, tells how the two boons asked by her have become the cause of her husband's demise also. And how because of the same boons, Sri Rama, Lakshmana and Sita ji, all three of them have gone to forest. Now when Bharat ji listens to this, it is said that first when he heard about his father's demise, he was sad. But hearing the entire story of how it happened and what was the cause, he can't even believe. And he immediately leaves from that place and says that you are not a human being. Nobody in the world hates Sri Rama. So Bharat ji feels so bad that he is the cause of all these things and leaves the place immediately, goes to Kausalya Mata and starts to cry. Earlier itself we have seen Kausalya ji is already worried about Bharat. She is not worried about Sri Rama as much as she is worried about Bharat ji. So the moment she sees, she understands what must be going through his mind, she consoles, she tries to console him, tries to tell him that, it's not your fault, it's nobody's fault, just, now we have to face whatever situation we are in, whatever sad situation we are in, we have to face it. There is no other option. Saying this, she consoles Bharat ji. It is said the next day, Bharat ji comes and meets all the elders. Vasishta Rishi also is there and asks them now what should be done. Vasishta ji says, first thing you have to do is do the Antyavidhi, the final rites of your father. His body is still there. We saw that they had kept the body into a boat which was filled with oil to preserve the body for some more time till Bharat comes back. So he says, first thing you should do is you should complete those final rites. Now in the absence of Sri Rama, you are the elder son. So Bharat ji does the final rites, not just on that day, but the entire 10 days, 13 days, Vrata and Sutaka and everything he follows, does all kinds of Shraddha Karma, etc. Everything he does. After the entire 13 days period is over, again he goes to Vasishta Rishi and says that now please advise. Now what should be the next course of action? So Vasishta Rishi calls for the Rajya Sabha. All the ministers, etc. he calls to discuss what should be done now. In front of all of them, first Vasishta Rishi tries to console Bharat ji again, saying that, see, when Prabala Prarabdha comes, when a very strong Prarabdha comes, nobody can do anything. Even if we want to say that this happened because of this person or this happened because of this person, if this person would not have done this, then this would not have happened. Whatever we may think about it later, but that which has to happen, which is very strong, Prarabdha will happen no matter what you do. In Vedanta also, we call it as Tivra Prarabdha. There is a Manda Prarabdha, Madhyama Prarabdha and Tivra Prarabdha. Manda Prarabdha means if you put little bit of self-effort, it may change. Madhyama Prarabdha means you have to put lot of efforts to change it. Because Prarabdha concept we have understood earlier also, that it's not a static thing that is decided right at the beginning. Something that is changing. But there is certain Prabala Prarabdha, Tivra Prarabdha, which is so deep that it will not change, how much ever efforts you put. So Vasishta Rishi explains to Bharata that now what has happened, you can't change it. Now, what should be done, that's what we should think. The Prabala Prarabdha includes birth and death, is a Prabala Prarabdha. See, in our Jyotish Shastra, etc. also, they will tell you, there are things which may be changeable and therefore they may suggest something to you that, you do this kind of Shanti or you do this puja, then, some difficulty will be removed. But death, etc. is Prabala Prarabdha, you can't change it. And how that death will come to us also, we have no idea. When it has to come, it will happen at that very moment. So, very beautiful, Doha number 171, he says, Sunahu Bharata Bhavi Prabala Bilaki Kaheu Muninath Hani Labhu Jeevana Maranu Jasu Apajasu Bidhi Hath These are the things that are in the hands of Vidhi, that are in the hands of God. Hani, labha, loss and gain, Jivana, Marana, life and death, Jasa, Apajasa. Jasa, Apajasa means success and failure. These are not the things in our hand. Our effort is in our hand. Our intention is in our hand. How we are going to take that situation, that is in our hand. But what will happen is not in our hand. That is in the hands of the Daiva, that is in the hands of Vidhi. He explains this. Earlier also we had seen, if you remember, that Prarabdha is karma. And karma is of two types. Isn't it? Satkarma and Dushkarma. Good action and bad action. This Satkarma and Dushkarma will result in Punya and Papa, respectively. And that Punya and Papa will come in our life as Sukha and Dukha. So if I have done something right, then the result is Punya, which will come to me as Sukha. And if I have done something wrong, the result is Papa, which will come to me as Dukkha. Dukkha is unavoidable. Shoka is avoidable. Remember? Dukkha means what? Sorrow. Situation that will give you sorrow. That is unavoidable. That will happen according to my prarabdha. But do I take it to my heart? Do I start to suffer because of it? Do I feel dejected and start to despair, saying that nothing can be done about it? Or do I say that, okay, this is the situation, now what can I do? Now this reaction to the sorrow, that is in our hand. Now actually here Vasishta Rishi explains, Shoka should not be done for people like Dashrath Maharaj. We said Dukkha will be there. Earlier also we saw that topic that when somebody dies, somebody is separated from us, Dukkha will be there. That is natural. We have been with some person for a long time. That person has given us joy. We have been together. We have shared so many memories. So when that is separated, Dukkha is natural, but Shoka should not be done. He says, Shoka should be done for whom? He says, Shoka should be done for a bad person who dies. When a bad person dies, you should do Shoka. Why? Because you are worried whether he will get good gati or not. You should not do Shoka for some good person. And that's why in our tradition also, you will often see, they will say, when some great person dies, you should not cry. Isn't it? Is there in our tradition or no? Why? Because he gives reason here. And now, Vasishta Rishi gives full list. Who are the people, when they die, you should have Shoka? And everything he says. Vipra, Raja, king, who is Vishaya Sakta, who is attached to the luxury. King who is Anitikara, king who does not follow law. Vipra means not Raja, Vipra means Brahmana. Brahmana who is Vishaya Sakta. Kshatriya who does not follow Niti. Vaishya who is a miser. And Shudra who has got lot of pride. Such a person, when that person dies, you should do Shoka. What he is actually trying to show us is what we should not do in our life. So according to the four Varnas, Vipra, Brahmana is supposed to do what? Kshatriya is supposed to do what? Vaishya is supposed to do what? Shudra is supposed to do what? Not only that, he explains 4 ashramas also. Is a brahmachari or a vidyarthi who does not follow Guru's order. A grihastha who does not perform his duties. Vanaprasthi who doesn't perform austerities. And a sannyasi who likes worldly things. Such person, when that person dies, you can do Shoka. See, these are the portions earlier also I said, they teach us so much. In each varna, in each ashrama, what are we supposed to do? What are we not supposed to do? That is what is explained here. He goes further, he gives full list. Wife who cheats on her husband. Anybody who has habit of backbiting. Pishuna. One who gets angry for no reason. Akarana krodhi. And one who puts efforts to trouble other people. He says, when such people die, you can do Shoka. My dear Bharata, your father was none of these. So, when such great person has passed away, you should not do shoka. Then Vasishta Rishi says one very, very beautiful thing. He once again tells Bharata what has happened between Dashrath Maharaj and Kaikeyi. Right? So Dashrath Maharaj and Kaikeyi, what has happened? The two boons that were asked by Kaikeyi. I can't do anything. He has to change, na? Dashrath Maharaj and Kaikeyi, whatever has happened between them, he explains again that the two boons were asked by Kaikeyi. And what were the two boons? By the first boon, he said that Bharat should become the king. And by the second boon she had asked was, Sri Rama should go to forest. Now Vasishta Rishi says that you see, Dashrath Maharaj had given those two boons and he had to follow and he gave up his life. Now one of the two boons your elder brother has followed. He taking that entire ownership on himself, saying that following my father's words is my job, he went to forest. Now remains one boon. You have to do it. Dashrath Maharaj, your father, has given two boons. By one boon, he could not follow because that was not in his hand. So Sri Rama, his eldest son, has followed. Now the second remaining boon, you have to make it true, and therefore you should become king. Now if you see the logic is perfect. Dashrath Maharaj has given boon and therefore Raghukul Riti Sada Chali Jai, Chali Aayi, Prana Jai Par Vachana Na Jai. The boon is given, you have to follow. And the boon was talking about two people. Sri Rama has followed his part. Now you have to follow your part. That is first thing he says. Second thing he says, if you do this, if you become king, Dashrath Maharaj will be happy that his words have not gone wrong. Kaikeyi will be happy. Correct? Your mother also will be happy. And Sri Ramachandra also will be happy. He wanted. You remember what Sri Ramachandra ji told before he went away? He said, I will be happy that Bharata becomes king. Even when he heard that he is going to, that Yuvrajapad has to go to the elder brother, he didn't like it. He said, I don't like this kind of system that we have in Raghukula. So if you become king, father, mother, your elder brother, everybody likes. I will like it, Vasishta Rishi says. Why? Because Raghukula's Riti is followed. You are doing according to what your father has promised. I will like it. People love you, people will also like it. See, logic is correct. But Vasishta Rishi also knows Bharatji's love for Sri Rama. Therefore, he says, I understand why you will hesitate. So, let me give you one more idea. What? As long as Sri Ramachandra is in forest, become the king. When he comes back, hand over the kingdom to him. I know what you must be thinking. Do this, but become king. I am telling you, if you see only according to Dharma, what Vasishta Rishi has said, not a single point is wrong. He has not said anything. And he knows Bharatji has not asked for all this situation. He never wanted to become king. He never wanted Sri Rama to go. He never wanted all these things. So things that have come naturally to you, you should take it up. So he is not only telling what is right for Bharata, but he is telling what is right for everyone. Now the moment Vasishta Rishi says like this, all other people also, they say correct. We agree. Sumantra also, minister also says you are right. Vasishta Rishi is absolutely right. You should become king. Kausalya Mata also says that yes, what Guru is telling is perfectly correct. Kijiye Guru ayasu avasi kahayi sachiva karajori Raghupati aaye uchita jasa tasataba karab bahori. So you do this, what Guru is telling. Become the king. When Sri Rama returns, you give the kingdom back to him. You think that it belongs to him, you give it back to him when he comes back. But Bharatji is Bharatji. He listens to the whole thing and then he says, what you all are saying is correct. What Vasishta Rishi is saying is also correct. And you all agree. He says, Praja, Mantri, Mata, all of you agree to what my Guru is saying. And I am in such a situation that first of all, I am in deep sorrow. So I can't think what is right, what is wrong, etc. at this point of time. And what you are suggesting is a very simple solution. It's not a very complicated solution, etc. Also very simple. Now he has gone. Now you become the king because that's what your father wanted. But I am not feeling correct. I think there is something not right about this. Now you can't change my feeling. Your intellect may say, buddhi may say this is right, but sometimes your heart knows that something is wrong. Isn't it? It happens with all of us. Logic is on one side, but heart goes on the other side. So he says that don't think that I am talking on top of your words. Please don't think like this. You have given your decision, your opinion. Everybody has said whatever. Don't think that I am trying to, go against it or anything. But understand that I am not in a situation where I will understand things and therefore I am little bit, disturbed. So this much mistake is allowed for a sad person. Therefore, at least listen to what I am saying. And what is my opinion? He says, first logic he gives. He says, you may say that Prabala Prarabdha is there and when that comes you can't avoid it. But the fact of the matter does not change. That Sri Rama and Sita Ji are in forest because of me. If I was not there, Kaikeyi would not have asked for this boon and Sri Rama and Sita Ji will not be in forest. Now, such a person because of whom adharma has happened, you want to make such a person as king? Please think. He says, you see, you are all saying that you are thinking of my benefit. But please ask yourself, are you thinking of my benefit or your own benefit? Why? He says, because my benefit you all don't know. He says, very beautiful line is there after Doha number 177, Hita hamarasya pati sevakai, so hari leena matu kutilai, मैं अनुमानी दीख मन माही आन उपाय मोर हित नाहि. He says, Hita hamarasya pati sevakai. He says, you all are telling my benefit is in following the law, following father's words, becoming king. He says, no. My hita, my benefit is in the service of Sri Rama. That is what is my benefit. So please do not say that my benefit is in becoming king. It may be your benefit. It may be for the beneficial for the world. I am not saying no. You all are right only according to Dharma. You are right that if I become king, Dasharatha Maharaj will be happy, my mother will be happy, Sri Rama will be happy. Everything is correct. I agree. But that is not my benefit. My benefit is in serving Sri Rama. So hari leena matu kutilai, which is that opportunity to serve Sri Rama is taken away by my wicked mother. And therefore, I cannot fall for what she has done. I cannot become king. First thing. Second thing he says, for me, anything that does not have Sri Rama has no value. For me, king is Sri Rama. He is my master. I cannot even think of doing anything without him. And again he gives full list. He says, without Sri Rama, everything is how for me. He says, like Brahma Vichara without Vairagya. Can you have Brahma Vichara without Vairagya? You cannot. It is like Bhoga without good health. When your stomach is upset, can you eat? You can't even enjoy when stomach is not right. He says it is like doing sadhana without any devotion. It is like body without life. Therefore, kingdom, what kingdom, anything else for me without Sri Rama has no value. It is a waste for me. So, what I should do is I should first go and meet Sri Rama. You may want to make me king immediately. You may tell me also that this is for everybody's benefit. I understand only one thing. I should go meet Sri Rama, and that is the first thing that what I am supposed to do. Don't tell me to do anything without that. Number one. Now he says one more thing. He says, many people are already doubting in the kingdom that I am responsible for all these things, means I have planned and plotted all these things. So whatever Mantra did, whatever Kaikeyi did is on my advice or order. Already people are doubting. He says, I don't care about them. Let them think. He says, Sri Rama and Sita Ji, I am sure will not have this doubt. And therefore, unless I go and meet them and seek their blessings, I cannot do anything else. He says not only that, I think you all should come with me to the forest and we will go with the entire arrangement of Rajyabhisheka. Wherever we will find Sri Rama, we will do Rajyabhisheka and bring him back. That is what I think should happen. If I go alone, that force may not be there. He may not listen to just me. So, all of us should go together. Go there, find wherever he is, we will go with all Rajyabhisheka, all the Sapta Samudra and everything, every water, etc., crown, everything we will take. If you want Simhasana also, we will take. Wherever we will find Sri Rama, we will do Rajyabhisheka there and we will bring him back. That is what we should do. I already told you that there is one perspective of Dharma. But what is taught in Ramayana is some other level of Dharma only. If you remember at the beginning of Ayodhya Kanda, Tulsidas Ji has written that Doha, the famous Doha, Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja, Nijamanu Mukura Sudhari, Barnau Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Jodayako Palachari. That Doha came in the beginning of Ayodhya Kanda, where we had said that Raghuvara has got two meanings here. One Raghuvara is Sri Rama, who is in that Raghuvamsha, who is so great. And second Raghuvara is Bharat Ji. We said in the second half of Ayodhya Kanda, we will understand why Raghuvara Yasha, Vimala Yasha Tulsidas Ji is saying that I am going to sing. Look at Bharat Ji's now opinion. Whatever Vasishta Rishi said was correct only Dharma. But he did not just fall for that. He raised that standard. Same thing Sri Ramachandra had done. When first time he heard, everybody had different opinions. Correct or no? Vasishta Rishi said something, Lakshmana had different opinion. Dasharatha Maharaj himself said that you don't have to follow. I have given word. I will say you go, but you refuse to go. You kill me, become king. So everybody was telling according to what they thought is Dharma. But Sri Rama did not fall for all that. He understood Dharma, not only that, he raised the entire standard of Dharma and said, this is what I must do. Even if you all think that the greatest benefit for all of us is for you to stay back, no. Dharma says I must go and I will go. Same thing now Bharat Ji is doing. The moment everybody hears what Bharat Ji has to say, they start to praise Bharat Ji like anything, and they say, what kind of love you have for Sri Rama. Imagine he had kingdom in his hand. He has not even done anything. And if he takes up the kingdom also, nobody is going to blame him. That's the right thing to do. Still he refuses. And after listening to his idea of going and doing coronation of Sri Rama and bringing him back, everybody becomes even more happy that, why we didn't come up with this idea? This is a very good idea. Earlier when Sri Ramachandra was leaving, we could not do anything because Dashrath Maharaj was still there. We can't say you become king. Now Dashrath Maharaj is dead. When Bharata, who is supposed to be king, when he himself wants Sri Rama to become king, who can stop? So everybody becomes happy. And they all decide to go to the forest. Tulsidas Ji is explaining very beautifully, and he says that now you imagine, okay, what is the situation now? Entire Ayodhya has decided that they will go to forest. Now, houses are there. Everybody in the house cannot go. Somebody has to stay back, to protect the house. So they have fight in each house who will stay back. And each person whom they decide that, okay, you should stay back in the house, that person feels that, what kind of papa I must have done that I have to stay here. Tulsidas Ji says, Bharat Ji starts to think that when all of us go, who will protect all the houses? Because we know that people who, even if we tell them that you stay back and take care of your home, they will not stay back. And people have already started saying that, what is the point? If Sri Rama is not there, what is the point of having the house? Tulsidas, earlier also we saw one incident, when Mirabai had written to Tulsidas Ji saying that, my family is not supporting Bhakti, etc. And Tulsidas Ji said that if your family is not supporting your devotion to Bhagavan, leave such family. What is the use of having such family? Now when Tulsidas Ji himself is saying, imagine what Ayodhya Vasi must be feeling. What will we do with the house if we can't meet Sri Rama? So Bharat Ji calls a, secret meeting. He handpicks those kind of sevaks who will be very responsible and will follow the words, and asks them, requests them, begs them to stay back. To protect the entire kingdom, to protect all the houses, to protect the palaces, etc. And then he says that, okay, now we all can go. Sampati sab raghupati kai ahi, jo binu jatan chalau tajitahi, to parinam na mori bhalahi, papa shiromani sai dohai. He says this all wealth of Ayodhya belongs to Sri Rama. If I do not make arrangements to protect it, I will become papi. Imagine what all things he is thinking. Doing all the arrangement, then they all decide to go. And all Ayodhya Vasis are also there. And see, all the three queens, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, all three are going. Now somebody asked, why are you taking Kaikeyi? She is the cause for all these things. But they remember that Sri Ramachandra, when he sent Sumantra back, he had given one message. And that time he had mentioned that make sure that all three are treated same way. Just because Kaikeyi has done something, don't harm her. So to follow that order, they take Kaikeyi also. And all the three palanquins are there. Everybody is walking in the front, and chariots are there, and Vasishta Rishi, Arundhati, all of them are also going, and different horses are there, and elephants are there, and all these, everybody is going, entire army is going. When they all decide to go, and they start walking, and they start going forward, it is said so beautifully that Bharat Ji and Shatrughna, both of them, they feel, how can we sit in chariot? When Sri Ramachandra and Sita Ji, Lakshmana, all of them are walking barefoot in the forest, how can we sit in the chariot? So they both get down from the chariot and they start walking. Now when others see them, They also get down from their own whatever horse or whatever they are going. They also start walking. Seeing this, Kausalya ji tells the Sevak to take the palanquin near Bharata. She advises Bharata, don't do this. You may feel that this is the right thing to do because Sri Ramchandra is walking barefoot, so you will. But understand that following you, there are so many other people who will start to walk. You will be able to walk because of your love for Sri Rama. They will not be able to. 21st verse in 3rd chapter. Just now you studied. What is that? Yadyadacharati shrestha tattareva itarah jana. Sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. Don't forget that you are now that Shrestha Purusha. So, though you may feel that this is the right thing to do and this is my sadhana, but if that sadhana is going to disturb other people or that is going to, change minds of other people, you should not do. And you know what? Bharatji listens to her and goes back into the chariot. This is called greatness. Many times, as sadhakas, we are very adamant about our sadhana. Why? For various reasons. I am not even saying that you want to show off. No, I am saying even genuinely also, we become very adamant about our sadhana. We think that this is the right way to do sadhana. We feel like that. It happens. It happens. But when some elder person explains to us that you may feel like this, but remember that it may have a bad impact on other people, you should learn to change your way of sadhana. It's a very important point for a sadhaka. I often get this question. When some elder Guruji or Swamiji etc. they walk into the classroom, you don't get up. Why don't you get up? Because they have asked us not to get up. When he comes every day and says, go, you sit down, to follow that itself is sadhana. Now you may feel like, no, I feel standing up is the respect. But following order is not respect. So just by doing what they are telling, that itself is a great sadhana. Now in my mind, I may feel that, no, I must stand up. When he comes, I must fall at his feet. But when he tells, do not prostrate. Wherever you are, stay there, do Hari Om. Following that is itself sadhana. Sometimes we get so much entangled in our own way of what we think is the correct way of sadhana that we forget that there is other way possible. And therefore, when some elderly person tells us, we should immediately change our way. When Guru etc. tells us, this is not the right way, do it like this. Now that time, to continue to do that, that is hat. That's not sadhana down. That's not sadhana. Whatever love is there, devotion is there in heart. Follow the action, what the Guru, what the elder person has said. Mind you, Bharatji has gone back into the chariot, but his love for Sri Rama has not changed. He's feeling that they are walking in the forest because of me. That has not changed. We will see also later on, he finds a way of what he wants to do. He finds a way. But what Kausalya Mata has said now is also correct. That if I walk down, I start walking, not on the chariot or not on the horse, everybody else will start walking and they may not be able to do it. Very, very important point. I remember when we used to go for yatra with Swamiji etc. After a little while, he will stop. And I was young at that time, not a brahmachari or anything. And I used to get very irritated. Why are you stopping? Because Swamiji was very strong. When we were in Pune, he was very, you can walk without stopping also. So, when you go for trekking, etc., you feel like you should go. Then one day, Swamiji took me aside and explained. Said, I am walking with 20 other people. I may have stamina to go up without stopping. 20 of them will not. And because I am not stopping, they will push themselves. It's not good for them. So he used to stop, ask for water. Why? So that others will also have water. Then we'll say something is there too. Why? For others. He doesn't need. He doesn't need. See, we will be tempted to show off at that time saying that, no, I can walk on my own. I tell you, Shrestha Vyakti is what? You have to go against your will because there are other people following. You will have to. It is 100% true that it happens like this. And therefore, we must understand what Bharatji is doing. See, every step, every moment of them is learning for us. This is such a great learning for sadhaka, not to be so rigid with our sadhana. And I am saying even the sadhana which is done with the right attitude. I am not talking about the sadhana which is done for a wrong attitude and you forget the purpose. And I am not even talking about that. That we have seen earlier. How those brahmanas who had forgotten that yajna etc. that they are doing is for Bhagavan only. Bhagavan himself has come and asking for food and they are telling, we will first offer Naivedya and then we will give food. Nonsense. You are offering Naivedya to whom? To that Bhagavan. That Bhagavan is there, right there in front of you. I am not even talking about such people who have forgotten the purpose of sadhana, purpose of their upasana and doing. No, I am saying even those who follow, this is very important learning. Right? So, Bharatji follows, gets back into chariot so that everybody can go back to their vehicles, horses, whatever they are in, and they go forward. First night they halt at Tamasa river, on the banks of Tamasa river, just as Sri Ramchandra also had. Next day they go to Sringaverapura. Sringaverapura is the place on the banks of Gangaji, isn't it? Where NishadaRaj had made arrangements for Sri Rama and where Bhagavan crossed Gangaji also. Now, Bharatji has already predicted that people will still doubt me. They still think that all this is my plotting, etc. That's what happens. The moment NishadaRaja hears that entire army is coming along with Bharata, he thinks that there is some ill motive that Bharatji has. So he calls all the people and starts giving them instructions. What you should do? All the boats first, okay, put them into the water. They should not be seen. Why? Bharatji is coming to cross Gangaji. Bharatji is coming to go there and attack Sri Rama and kill Sri Rama. That's what he thinks. That's why he is coming with the entire army. So first thing is, put the boats into the water, into the river, so that boats are not seen. Number 2, gather all the people, get your weapons ready. Why? We need to fight. And he starts telling the whole thing. Arjuna, exact what Arjuna has said to Shri Krishna in the first chapter. That if we die fighting, we will go to Swarga. If we win, we will gain glory. That's what Arjuna said or no in the first chapter? Correct or no? That if we die, glory. Where? In Swarga. And if we win, glory. Here only. Therefore, what? Shri Krishna, if we follow this, we are going to get exact opposite of this. Why? Because we are on the adharma. Even if I win, I cannot enjoy. And if that he does not say in the first chapter, in the second chapter he says, I am not sure whether I will win or not. What face will I show to my ancestors? So Arjuna exactly what Arjuna had given reasons for not fighting, NishadaRaj here gives reasons for fighting. That now correct thing has happened. What? Sri Ramachandra has given us opportunity to serve him, and therefore we should fight. Now one elderly person in that kingdom, in that NishadaRaj's kingdom, comes and says, wait. Before you shoot any arrow, first go and find out what is his motive. First check whether battle is required or not required. Then you think of doing whatever you want to do. You don't even know. Then slowly other news starts to come. See, earlier somebody only told NishadaRaj that entire army is coming. Then person comes, maybe that is the reason. We should check the motive once. Why? I heard that there are some palanquins and the queens are also coming. Now NishadaRaj, half-baked information only he processed and he started to act on it. Thank God that an elderly person was there and he said, wait, you first go. So NishadaRaj, before showing the entire army, he says, everybody you wait, let me go and check. So NishadaRaj goes in front, very interestingly, Tulsidas Ji says, and he takes with him all the various things to offer to Bharata. What are the various things? Kanda Moola Phala. Okay? So the natural fruits and all these things. Some Pashu Pakshi, some animals and birds killed. Hunters they are, okay? So they are allowed to do all that. And some fish, etc. Because they are on the banks of Gangaji. Don't look at me like this. It's normal there. He takes all these things to Bharata. Now, people have interpreted this very interestingly. That, generally when you welcome somebody, you give the entire feast, buffet, dinner, etc. different things. But I tell you what is the secret behind this. The secret is, by the choice of Bharatji, he can understand what is the motive of him. I am offering him everything. If he chooses Kanda Moola Phala, then you understand that he is in a sattvic mode. He is thinking about Sri Rama who is eating Kanda Moola Phala, and therefore he is for Sri Rama. If he will eat birds and all these things, fish, etc., then it is like he has come there either for enjoyment or for battle. So by the choice of Bharatji, I will understand. That's why he takes all these things. But what happens after going there is something even more different. When NishadaRaj approaches and he tells Vasishta Rishi, first Vasishta Rishi's Ratha is there, he prostrates and tells who he is. Vasishta Rishi looks at Bharatji and says, this is NishadaRaj. He is a friend of Sri Rama. He only took care of Sri Rama when Sri Rama came here. When Bharatji hears this, he comes down of his chariot and starts to run towards NishadaRaj. NishadaRaj can't believe how much tears and how much eager Bharatji is. So the moment he sees this, he falls at his feet, thinking what a fool I was. That I was thinking that he has come here with army to go to forest and kill Sri Rama. NishadaRaj starts to cry. Bharatji takes him and hugs him. And NishadaRaj feels even more bad that, I was doubting his intention. So he doesn't even give for checking. All the other, he says, I understood what is the intention. I don't even need to check now. It is very clear why Bharatji has come here. The moment Bharatji wants to know everything, what happened, how was Sri Rama, how you took care, but he can't ask all these questions because all the people are waiting, all the people are standing there. But NishadaRaj starts to say, what beautiful things he says. He says that, see, we have heard the story of Valmiki Ji. Ulta naam japat jagujana Balmiki bhay Brahma samana. We have heard that story that Valmiki, before when he was a dacoit, Ratnakar, he chanted Bhagavan's name opposite. Ulta naam japat. Ram also he could not say, he said Mara. But everybody knows that he became Brahma. Valmiki became Brahma even while chanting opposite name. Now imagine I got to serve Sri Rama, I got to say the name straight. Imagine what I must have gained. NishadaRaj says that Bhagavan has graced me, has blessed me so much. If not for him, who will know that there was a person called as NishadaRaj? Says, I have a place today because of Bhagavan. Ram kinha apana jabahite bhayahu bhuvana bhushana tabahite. Because of him, I have got some name. I have got some value. There is one very nice couplet which says, जब तक बिका न था कोई पूछता न था, तूने खरीद कर मुझे अनमोल कर दिया. He says, till the time I was just lying there, nobody was asking about me, but you purchased me and you made me invaluable. I was lying down there, NishadaRaj, nobody knows. When Bhagavan came, he just touched my life for 2 days. And I am known to everybody. Imagine what must be the greatness of Sri Rama, that by his mere presence with me, I am known. Whatever I am, mind you, this is a reply to what Vasishta Rishi had said to Bharata. Vasishta Rishi said to Bharatji that this is a Bhagavan Sri Rama's friend. He took care of Bhagavan. Now NishadaRaj is saying, what I took care of Bhagavan? I didn't do anything. It is his greatness that he gave me that chance, that I am something today because of him. NishadaRaj forgot all the things, took all of them to his kingdom. Gangaji was there. They all chanting Bhagavan's name. They took dip in Gangaji and he took care of everyone. He called all his, already people were there gathered for fighting. Now he said, now you start serving these people. Take care of all of them. Tulsidas Ji says, Bharatji himself, goes and checks whether everybody is fine or not, whether the mothers are okay or not, whether Guru is okay or not. And after he goes around and asks everybody, he comes to NishadaRaj and says, show me the place where Bhagavan slept. I want to see that place. And he takes, earlier we have seen that Shinchupa Vriksha, under that tree, there was a bed made up of leaves. When Bharatji saw that, he started to cry. He said, Dashrath Maharaj's son, Raghuvamsha Shiromani, is sleeping on this because of me. He starts to cry. NishadaRaj consoles. And you know what NishadaRaj tells him? The same thing that Lakshmana had told NishadaRaj. On the same night when they saw Bhagavan's, you remember the same episode happened? Looking at Sri Rama and Sita Ji sleeping there, NishadaRaj could not control and he said, what is this? Lakshmana had consoled NishadaRaj. Sri Rama had consoled Lakshmana before in the Ayodhya. Now the same thing NishadaRaj tells to Bharatji, saying that please do not say anything about your mother, that your mother is responsible for this. Nobody is responsible for anything. Everything is according to Prarabdha. So everything that Sri Rama told Lakshmanji told NishadaRaj, now NishadaRaj tells to Bharatji. Bharatji, see, his sorrow is beyond consolation. Whoever comes, see, earlier first Kaushalya Mata tried to console. Then Vasishta Rishi tried to console. Then all other people tried to console. Now NishadaRaj is trying to console. Now you go forward, there will be more people. Bharadwaja Muni will do the same thing. He will be fine for that moment, but his sorrow is not gone. Why that sorrow? Because of love. He can't bear. He says also in one place that I am actually not sad, not that much sad that, my father is no more there, because that was, we knew he was old. He says, I am not even sad that, what all things are happening around. The only thing that makes me sad is because of me, Bhagavan has to go in forest. And he is walking there without any sandals, barefoot. And along with him, Sri Rama, along with him, Lakshmana and Sita Ji, all of them are suffering because of me. That is the cause of my sorrow. So all the sorrow is not out of anything else. It is out of love for Bhagavan. That is what Bharatji has. Next day, after taking rest there, NishadaRaj makes sure that, all the boats are ready so that all these people can, cross Gangaji. And he takes them across, and all the people along with Bharatji, they start to go forward. They reach Prayagraj, exactly how Sri Ramachandra had gone. They also reach Prayagraj, Triveni, and Bharatji is again asking, Gangaji also, he asked the same thing, that give me that Sahaja Prema, that Sahaja Sneha, that natural love at the feet of Bhagavan. Triveni also, he goes there in the Sangama and prays that please give me that love. Tulsidas Ji says here that listening to Bharatji's prayer Triveni starts to speak, saying that by you touching me, I have become pure. Your love for Sri Rama is so much and you are asking for love for Sri Rama. She says, I should ask for love for Sri Rama from you. That is how Triveni says. But Bharatji is not in the mood of listening to all these things. He says, please make sure that my mind remains in Bhagavan. And taking all the people, he goes forward. They reach Bharadwaja Muni's ashram also. And see, earlier when Sri Ramachandra came to Bharadwaja Muni's ashram in Prayagraj, we saw how Bharadwaja Muni said that all my tapas, all my sadhana has given result and you are in front of me. When he sees Bharatji, he starts to praise Bharatji like anything. On all accords. He says that what your brother did was dharma, what your guru said was dharma, what your father did was dharma, but what you have done is way above dharma. He says, even if you would have become king and stayed there in Ayodhya, it would have been right. But you coming here to take back Sri Rama is something unimaginable. Bharadwaji says, if somebody asks, what a beautiful thing he says, somebody asks me, describe Bharata. He says, I will describe Bharata like this. He is telling to Bharatji himself. He says, Bharata is Sri Ramachandra's love has taken form. That is Bharata. Dhare deha janu Rama sanehu. Rama sanehu, the love of Sri Rama has taken a form and that is you. I cannot even separate you from Sri Ramachandra's love. Bharadwaja Muni starts to say that you are so much devoted to Bhagavan. Let me tell you what Sri Rama did. When he was here, he was continuously thinking about you. Bharadwaja Muni says that Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra thinking of you is not his greatness. Why? He is God. He is supposed to be like this. But he thinking of you is your greatness. Isn't it true? Isn't it true? One day, one story very interesting. One day Naradji went to Bhagavan Mahavishnu and said, Bhagavan, who according to you is your best devotee? So Bhagavan said, there are so many. Naradji said, okay, you make a list. Make a list. I will come tomorrow. One day time. Make a list. Mahavishnu said, okay. Next day Naradji went there. Mahavishnu said, I have list. Give me list. First name, Narad. Thank you. And then there are other names. But Naradji started to see. Then he said, is final list? Bhagavan said, yeah. Why? There are some major names that are missing. Hanumanji's name is not there. Prahlada's name is not there. Bhagavan said, there is one more list. Naradji said, what one more list means? Bhagavan said, this is the list of bhaktas who always remember me. There is one more list of bhaktas whom I remember. And in that name, Hanumanji's name was the first in that list. We remember Bhagavan is one thing. Bhagavan remembers us then. When will Bhagavan remember us? When will our Guru remember us? When we have done something. Bharadwaja Muni says that Sri Ramachandra, when he was staying here, was remembering you is not his greatness. He is God, he is supposed to be like this. It is your greatness. And therefore I say that you are Sakshat embodiment of Sri Ramachandra's love. That is what you are. Now, Bharadwaja Muni's ashram, they all have to stay. So many people are there now. Bharatji is hesitating that he is a Muni, he is a ashram. How we should not be burdened to him. Bharadwaja Muni says, don't worry, we will take care. It is said Bharadwaja Muni calls Riddhi Siddhi and says, make sure that all of them are taken care. And instruction is very interesting. He says, all of them are sad because they are away from Sri Rama, and so you should serve in such a way that they should forget their tiredness. They should forget their sorrow. And it is said, Riddhi Siddhi, they arrange such luxurious way of, stay there. But Bharatji does not even look at it. It is, Tulsidas Ji says that Bharatji does not even get a thought of enjoyment. Forget about enjoyment. Enjoyment he is not doing anyways. So food and, feast and whatever other luxury to stay, etc. is arranged. Tulsidas Ji says not just Bharatji, but all the Ayodhya Vasis who had come there, they also do not enjoy any of it. Though there is a feast, they all have decided some vrata. As they are leaving from Ayodhya, I am going to live only on water. I am going to eat only fruits. I am not going to eat at all. Whatever they have decided as vrata, because Sri Ramachandra is in forest, they all follow that. And it is said, when such devotees are walking, everybody around is taking care. It is said that clouds decide that we should go and hide them from the sun, so that it is not too hot. So when clouds gather, suddenly sun is not reaching them, but because of cloud, it becomes little humid. So wind decides that now let me blow a little bit so that everybody will be fine. Flowers decide that we should fall on the ground so that when they are walking, their legs feet should not hurt. Everybody is doing like this. And Tulsidas Ji here has said all these things, that this is all happening because Bhagavan wants this to happen. Bhagavan feels that these are all my devotees coming to meet. Why should they suffer? And therefore is making sure that nothing wrong happens to them. And I tell you, whenever you go for yatra, you see it happens. I told you earlier also, when I went for that Wari, 17 days walk, not a single day we got so much of sunlight that we have to protect ourselves. Not a single day we got too much of rain. Nothing. When it is too sunny, suddenly clouds will gather. 5 minutes it will rain, then it will again go away. Wind will start to blow. It is unbelievable. Why? Because Bhagavan is like this. He is standing there and waiting for all of us, and then thinking that, my God, these people are walking for so many days, I should do something. Tulsidas Ji says here, Sri Rama has gone from that same road and has made sure that people walking after him will not be in trouble. How much love. Both Bhakta's love for Bhagavan and Bhagavan's love for Bhaktas. Now in this whole situation, there is only one character which is not happy. Who is that? We will see tomorrow. He is a character only. Why he is not happy? We will see tomorrow. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti,
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti,
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti,
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti,
Gita Maruti Sangeeta Maruti,
Gita Maruti Sangeeta Maruti,
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti,
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti,
Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti,
Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti,
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti,
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti,
Gambhira Maruti,
Gambhira Maruti,
Gambhira Maruti,
Gambhira Maruti.
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
उमापति महादेव की
जय।
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।